definitely isn't a real country. It can't be, right? Well, today we're gonna find out by watching more Parz, I think. Anyway, let's begin.
Australia has a lot of spiders, but recently we found a new one, because of course we fucking did.
A new one?
The new one is the most
What do you mean, a new
certified
one?
Australia moment I've ever
What do you mean,
seen.
there's
For
more?
a bit of context, one of the several
did they find a
thousand
new one?
spider species we are home to is
10,000 spiders? What do you mean there's 10,000 spiders? There's not even that many humans on the planet. Wait, actually, there's like 8 billion of us, aren't there? Oh, we can kill the spider disease. That's fine. It's fine. We're okay.
the Sydney funnel web, the deadliest spider
Okay.
on the planet. Because of course it's down here. Where the fuck else did you think you were going to find it?
Spider
These
issues make
scary-looking
sense.
fuckers are highly venomous and can flatline you with a bite in 15 minutes.
Yep.
And if you think wearing thick clothes will save you, be aware the bastards have fangs long enough to punch through shoe leather. Now, why do I...
Why would God invent a spider like that, bro? Like, genuinely speaking, bro, like, does he just hate us, bro? Is God even real? That motherfucker just hates us, bro. Like, imagine you're just God, all right? Hear me out. Take ketamine. You'll think you're God then. But imagine you're God and you're just like, how do I fuck up the day? I'm gonna invent a spider that can just like pierce through anything. All right, fucking adamantium. That spider, easy, pierce through it, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Bring these little nightmares up. What is the one thing worse than a spider rocking armor-piercing rounds that can send you to heaven with same-day delivery? A bigger spider rocking the same perk setup. That's right, Australian scientists have found a brand new species of this funnel web that is even bigger. How much
What?
bigger? Well, the standard Sydney funnel web grows to around 5 centimetres or 2 inches. And I mean, if you're asking me, 2 inches is more than enough. 2 inches is actually fucking huge. By
That is
comparison,
big. That's pretty good.
this is the new one. It's twice the fucking size, cunt. 4 inches of 8-legged menace to the animal
What?
kingdom. But that isn't even the best part. You see, do you know what they named this thing? Do you know what professional scientists named a supersized version of the most dangerous spider on the entire fucking planet? The Newcastle Big Boy. Deadliest spider on the entire fucking globe. Big Boy.
Oh, it sounds like the name of a burger. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, imagine, bro. Yo, can I get one of those Newcastle Big Boys? Yo, can I get just one of them Newcastle Big Boys? Can you imagine? Also, the video looks better like this, right? I'll make it full screen.
Only in Australia. Platypus are weird, but I'm not sure you quite understand just how fucking weird. See, everyone knows the basics. They lay eggs, they sweat milk, and they look like God hit randomizer on the spore creature creator and just called it a day. But you see, mate, that's barely even scratching the surface of weird platypus features. First up, as is the qualifier for any Australian animal, did you know they're venomous? No, I'm not fucking with you. You heard me correctly. Male platypus actually have venomous spurs on their hind legs. These spurs are
What the hell?
multi-purpose, acting as defense from predators, as well as a tool for
Yo, why was it EDP, bro? Wait, isn't like the new predator in town Lakari?
throwing hands with
Sorry, was that too? That was way too soon, bro. It literally just happened today. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry, dude.
other male platypus during mating season. And while their venom is non-lethal, that doesn't mean that getting stung by them doesn't fucking suck. Platypus venom can cause extreme pain and swelling, and to ensure you remember not to fuck with them again, these effects can last for several months and have no
Oh my
treatment
God.
or anti-venom. So if Perry stabs your shit, your only option is to cry about it. Next on the list of offensive capabilities, I shit you not, platypus share the same hunting method as sharks. You see, that big-ass bill isn't just for show, as it contains enough surveillance equipment to make the CIA blush. Possessing the ability
Oh
to
my
sense changes in
goodness.
pressure in the water, but most importantly, containing electroreceptors that track electrical signals from muscle contractions made by their prey. Meaning that when whatever they're chasing starts quaking in fear, they know about it. And last but not least, as if those things weren't already
Bro, not the until dawn don't move thing, bro. Have you guys ever played that game, bro? And like the fucking controller was like don't move, dude. Back in the day on the original like PlayStation like 4 for Until Dawn, like you literally like move like a little like inch, bro. You died. You literally just died. I don't know if they changed it for like the remake or whatever.
unbelievable. We recently discovered something new. Platypus are fucking biofluorescent.
Huh?
They glow.
Huh?
If you hit these things with a black light, they go bright fucking green. And the best part of that is we have no clue why they do it. I guess it just means Perry was a biblically accurate platypus man. I'll give up, man. Who fucking designed this thing?
Huh?
Stepping on this rock could straight up paralyze you. That's because this isn't actually a rock. That is a stonefish, a species of underwater menace native to Australia. And coming as a surprise to absolutely no one, it is also the most venomous fish in the ocean. Because of course it is. As if the fucking snakes and spiders weren't enough, now I can get packed up by a pet rock. But why is this Pokemon reject such a threat to my mental health? Well, you see, stonefish use their special venom for defense. However, unlike most other animals that do this, this little f***er doesn't have the decency to dress like a neon sign to warn you. No. This bastard is a 6th prestige prop hunt veteran, having evolved one of the most impressive camouflage in the animal kingdom to make...
Bro, sneak 1000, bro. Like, bro has mastered the art of fucking sneaking, dude. The art of war, dude. He read the books. He read all the manuals, all right? You can never see him coming.
Hunting easier. And once they've set themselves up, they are basically indistinguishable from Patrick Starr's house. Now, this is a fairly major problem as they love to live in the shallows on the beach, and that venom we talked about earlier is stored in these 13 giant, highly toxic spines that deliver venom when pressed on. You can probably see where I'm going with this. Considering it's hard enough to spot these things while you're paying attention, if you were, say, on a romantic walk along the beach with one of the homies, and while distracted by his ethereal beauty, weren't paying too much attention to where you were walking, it would be very easy to place your foot in the wrong spot and step directly onto 13 hypodermic needles, which would then deliver a ginormous dose of neurotoxin straight into your system. Oh, you thought it was normal venom? No. You see, these things maxed out the toxin skill tree, producing a mixture of 2 neurotoxins that will flatline you by collapsing your heart and lungs in under an hour. And even if you survive, the sting still causes extreme pain, swelling, and tissue necrosis. Because this is Australia, where even the scenery is trying to one-shot me.
Holy shit. Oh my God. I am never going to Australia. I can't. I'm sorry. I am striking Australia off the list of places that I want to visit in my life. And I'm only 5 minutes into this video. It is just, I never want to visit Australia. It just, I can't do it.
This bird can straight hit you with a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Finish him.
Introducing the cassowary, a species of ratite native to the land down under. And for once, guys, it's not venomous. Can still fly.
Bro, first of all, how are there so many different types of animals on the planet, bro? How have we not run out of animals? All right. I thought there was just like 10. Chickens, rabbits, cows. I literally can't name any more than that, bro. Like, help me out here, chat. But like, realistic, like, what is this, bro? This, like, I feel like he invented this. This is like AI generated.
Flatline you though, and I'm going to tell you how. You see, these neon chickens belong to the same family of birds as the emu, and as such share their impressive size, coming in at a solid 79 kilos and growing up to 6 feet tall, meaning the short kings in my audience could, in theory, mount these things like a chocobo. But what makes them stick out from emus? Well, you see, the cassowary is basically a spec ops emu, being twice the weight, highly territorial, and most importantly, coming with a combat knife strapped to their foot. That's right, this is a cassowary claw, and it's the reason they can hit you with a fighting game finisher. You see, these claws are a full 5 inches long. You know,
my
honestly,
God.
5 inches, way too big for anything, and especially if something is going inside me. And if you anger the tactical assault turkey, that is exactly what you're gonna get, as their go-to defense method is to kick you square in the gut with that kitchen knife and attempt to disembowel you. And I mean, even if the kick doesn't put your insides on the outsides, that kick is still going to send you flying, which can cause some fairly major problems. Problems like the incident that occurred in 2012, where I you not, a cassowary ran up behind a random tourist, hit the heavy attack button, and kicked the guy down a small cliff into the ocean.
Oh my God.
I mean, luckily he survived, but the fact that I live in a country where at any point I could be hit with a sneak attack by a kaiju turkey is terrifying.
What? Remember when I said I never want to go to Australia, bro? I never, ever want to go to Australia, bro. It's not happening. It is definitely not happening, bro. There's no way. They have no chill. They definitely have no chill. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, bro? Like, why? Kaiju turkey? Kaiju turkey. Like, I'm not going to go to a country with a kaiju turkey. That is insane. That is pure insanity, brother in Christ. Like, this thing, you're telling me I live on a planet where a kaiju turkey is a real thing? Nah.
Touching this plant will put you in the hospital.
I'm dying.
This is the gympie plant, a piece of foliage native to the land down under. And surprising no one, not only is the thing venomous, it is in fact the most painful plant on the planet. Because yeah, no, of course, man, even the fucking leaves down here have a problem with me. Growing in the rainforests of northern Queensland, these hell bushes are covered in tiny hairs that upon closer inspection aren't hairs at all and are actually thousands of hypodermic needles waiting to stab you and break off inside your skin if you so much as brush them. Once inside you, these needles will inject you with, I am not kidding, neurotoxin and cause absolutely excruciating pain. I mean, like comedic levels of pain. With one person describing it as being covered in hot acid and electrocuted, and another woman saying that it was straight up more painful than childbirth, and she'd given birth 4 times. And the fucked up part is, the neurotoxin isn't even lethal. So this spiteful cunt of a plant is hurting you purely for the love of the game. Mind you, there are reports of people saying getting stung by this thing is actually worse than being put in the ground. This is because Groot's little hellspawn cousin here can continue hurting you for literal years after being stung. This is because those thousands of little hypodermic needles are actually made out of silicon, meaning your body can't break them down. And with how thin they are, your skin will usually close up over the top of them, meaning that these neurotoxin-emitting slivers can sit inside your skin for literal years, releasing more neurotoxin any time that they're moved or disturbed. This constant, chronic, agonizing pain is so unbelievably bad that there have even been records of, trying not to get banned here, people Alt F4ing existence to make it stop.
That is a new form of torture. That is absolutely awful, bro. Dude, can you like imagine just like rubbing this on the face of your worst enemy? All right, like I feel like countries out there are probably doing this to like they're like fucking war prisoners, right? Like that it has to happen. It absolutely has to be happening out there somewhere, right?
This particular incident came from a man who accidentally used one of the plant leaves as toilet paper.
Oh,
I don't think it gets much.
Oh no. Oh, that poor guy. F's in the chat. F's in the chat for him, bro. It's done. It's over for him, bro. F's in the chat, bro. F's in the fucking chat, bro. Ain't no way. Ain't no way for my... Yeah.
Worse than neurotoxin to the nuts. Crocodiles are just dinosaurs that forgot to go extinct. I am dead serious, and I cannot think of a croc species to better make my point than the saltwater crocodile, a species native to the land down under, and shocking absolutely no one, yes, it can and will eat you. You see, keeping on theme with the whole forgetting to go extinct thing, the Salties stat spread just feels like something that should have been patched out with the rest of Jurassic Park, starting with their ridiculous size. You see, Salties are the largest reptile on the planet, coming in at a total of 6 fucking meters long with a maximum...
6 meters? He said 6 meters and not feet. That's insane.
Weight of 1,100 kilos, which makes this murder lizard genuinely longer than my fucking car. And the f***ed up part is that despite being longer than my ute, they are for some reason absolute masters of stealth. You see, crocs are ambush predators, which is a scientific way
nah, you're not the picture of the doc, bro. Why was the doc in there?
Saying they are dirty f***ing campers. See, they've got 2 raised eyes that sit on the top of their heads, which means they can submerge their Ford Falcon-sized frame basically entirely under the water without sacrificing the ability to spot whatever they are looking to turn into a Happy Meal. And from your perspective as the Happy Meal, they are really difficult to see, which makes it very easy to walk just a little too close and, yeah, get bitten in half by that hydraulic press they call a mouth.
That's what I love, Nestle Crunch.
That's right, just like any good camper, these scaly arseholes are packing a one-shot in the form of one of the highest bite forces of any animal on the f***ing planet, having been recorded at putting out a maximum of 3,700 PSI of force through their jaws. To put that into context, your skull will crack at 1,100 PSI, so a croc would pop your head like a watermelon. And if you don't immediately get folded by the first bite, those jaws will latch onto you as the croc begins a death roll, spinning its ton of body weight like a washing machine until whatever part of you it has decided to eat snaps off and is added to its protein goals.
Why? Why did we invent such monsters? I say, why did the planet evolve and invent such monsters, I should say, bro? Evolution just really fucked us, bro. We thought that we were the apex predators, but I think that we were wrong. With animals like this, I mean, sure, we have guns, but with animals like this, bro, really? We lose guns, we lose everything. What the fuck?
But the best thing about the crocodile is their build is so fucking good. They have genuinely been around with very little evolutionary change for 65 million years. Which means I grew up watching Steve Irwin wrestle dinosaurs for fun. Rest in peace, you absolute f***ing legend.
That is impressive. That is impressive, bro. Evolution is just a theory?
Are really dumb. In fact, Australia's fuzzy icon is probably the dumbest thing on the planet. And that stupidity starts with their diet, because
I mean, have you met my Twitch chat, bro? I don't think anyone could be dumber than them. Just saying. No offense, guys.
all the things they could have chosen to eat, they chose to eat nothing but straight up poison. You see, koalas feed exclusively on eucalyptus leaves, which, shocking no one, are highly toxic, because they are full to the brim with eucalypt oil, which is so fucking poisonous that as little as 3.75 mil is enough to land you in the afterlife, with the Reaper asking you why the fuck you felt the need to eat a leaf.
Why?
Oh, it's also highly flammable and burns like napalm, because Australia. Now, despite nature
Jesus
putting up
Christ.
this giant do not eat sign, that did not stop the koala, because he can't fucking read. This suboptimal bulking
makes
diet
sense.
not only gives the koala all in the way of nutrition, but also requires their body to rest to filter out the toxins so they don't fucking cark it. Meaning they need to spend upwards of 18 hours a day sleeping in order to just digest their fucking food. These dumbasses spend most of their life in a food coma. That is, however, if they even get to the food to begin with, because they are so mind-numbingly brain dead that they will not recognize a eucalyptus leaf as food unless it is on the branch. I could give this dumbass a lifetime supply of food, and if it wasn't on a stick, he would starve to death. It should come as no surprise to you at this point that the koala has such an esky temperature IQ that they literally have a smooth brain. The thoughts slide right off of this dumb c***. I love it.
These things are so dumb, bro. I swear to God. Oh my God. Again, bro, listen, they are cute. They actually are very cute, bro. But I have Twitch chatters that are as stupid as these things. But my Twitch chatters are just as cute, bro. You go, Twitch chatters. You're so adorable. It's so cute.
This wasp is basically a xenomorph. Introducing the tarantula hawk wasp, possibly one of the most nightmare-inducing insects on the planet. And the reason it's such a threat to your mental health is because its hunting and reproduction strategy is ripped straight from Ellen Ripley's autobiography. But before we get to the strats, you're gonna have to learn a little bit about it first. Native to Australia, because of course it fucking is, this fucker is the largest wasp on the planet, coming in at a massive 2.5 inches. Which, I mean, boys, we would all agree, well above average, right? Huge.
Yeah,
and this is
kinda big,
probably the most effective 2 inches has ever been, because it has the second most painful sting of any insect on the planet, coming in just barely behind the bullet ant. Pack and a half-inch stinger with a potent venom that has been described as blinding, debilitating, and electric. Now, the size and poison aren't just for nothing, because as the name tarantula hawk wasp suggests, they are purpose-built, genetically perfect killing machines designed specifically to violate spiders, making Australia basically an all-you-can-eat buffet for them. But they don't just execute the spiders. No, that'd be too normal. Hawk wasps use spiders to reproduce in one of the most horrific ways possible.
Oh no. Oh no. Wait, okay. Are they gonna like fucking lay the eggs inside the corpses? Is that
And
it?
that all starts with a female hawk wasp hunting down a tarantula. As the buff bulking spider takes a wrong turn down a dark alley, the hawk wasp, noticing the 8 sets of TNs on his feet, proceeds to fucking jump him, flying down from above to land a sting into the spider's abdomen, instantly and permanently paralyzing it. The Bug Harbor Butcher then proceeds to drag the still completely conscious and aware spider into an isolated kill room, which is where the fucked up part really begins. Because our wasp isn't hungry, it's pregnant, and proceeds to lay its egg on the paralyzed spider's abdomen. After about 3 to 4 days, that egg hatches into a larvae. A very, very hungry larvae. Fortunately, there's a whole bunch of fresh fruit right here underneath them. That food being the still paralyzed, still very conscious and aware spider. The larvae burrows into the spider's abdomen and gets to work converting it into a KFC family bucket, consuming it from the inside out, purposely avoiding vital organs to keep the food nice and fresh. After it's done consuming a living being, the larvae breaks forth from the demolished corpse like a fucking chestburster and fucks off to continue the generational arachnid violation. Anywho, good luck getting any sleep tonight.
What in the fucking alien was that? Again, we live in a planet of monsters. We are actively on the same planet of all these things. Thankfully, they're all in Australia, so they're isolated. And if we just keep them on the island, then we're fine. Like we just need to make sure that like they never leave. Like Australia is realistically just like the fucking island from Jurassic Park, right? Like you know how like the island from Jurassic Park was isolated, like and you know like the dinosaurs never left. Like that's just what Australia really is to real life. Everything there can never leave. There's spiders that can swim. Don't say that, bro.
A gorilla can't beat 100 men in a fight. He gets jumped. But that begs the question, which animal does win? And the answer, stepping into the ring at 5 meters long and weighing in at a genuinely frightening 4,500 kilos, I present to you the
10,000 pounds.
hippopotamus. Yeah, look, a hippo causing a 100 long line at the gates of heaven after a fight is honestly pretty plausible. You see, despite the fantastic PR work Moodang has done for the hippopotamus community,
not fucking chibi doki, bro. I've been avoiding VTubers. I've been avoiding them for so goddamn long, and they still permeate my goddamn timelines, bro. What the hell?
doesn't change the fact that Moto here is a sentient Ford F-150, the temperament of a
It's a sentient Ford F-150. That's funny.
serial killer who can win this fight for one very specific reason. You can't fucking hurt it. Yeah. You say the hippopotamus is possibly the tankiest land animal on the fucking planet, packing an unbelievably thick 2-inch hide. Now look, we all know 2 inches is a lot, especially in the sheets, but in the streets of the African savannah, this makes them practically
Oh my God.
Me? Here is a hippopotamus walking away from 10 lions trying to convert it into a family meal.
Holy shit.
Notice how the hippopotamus does not give a single fuck. If Mufasa and his extended family can't hurt it,
Oh
neither
my
can
God.
you. However, don't let the fact that it's walking away fool you here. The hippopotamus is not a peaceful animal. They are, in fact,
my God.
violent, psychopathic, 4.5-ton thundercats that can and will bite you in half. A hippo's jaw produces 2,000 psi of pure crushing force. So if he catches your ass, you are the watermelon. And as if the hydraulic...
That is fucking insane, bro. Holy shit. I didn't know hippos like fucking move like that, bro. I'm now scared. I will never see them the same again, bro. The hippos are now one of my most feared things on the planet. I now have unlocked a new fear thanks to this video. Genuinely speaking, all right, when you now ask me what I am most afraid of, it will no longer be the ocean or the dark. It is now fucking hippopotamus.
Press wasn't bad enough. Don't forget, they've got two 20-inch fangs in that mouth that'll put a hole in you big enough to stick your arm through. But honestly, the bite doesn't even matter. It weighs 4.5 tons and can run at 30k an hour. Getting hit by a charging hippo is like getting hit by a fucking bus. There is no way we are winning a fight against something that could probably take out 10 people just by rolling over. In summary, don't f with the hungry hippo. Komodo dragons are horror villains. I mean, seriously, this industrial-sized lizard is easily one of the biggest assholes in the animal kingdom when it...
Don't people like actually like own these things as pets or something? Like, isn't that like a thing or whatever? Or am I like thinking of something else?
Comes to hunting methods, packing a PhD in suffering and a double degree in biological warfare purely because they cannot be expending effort to hunt. You see, Godzilla's little cousin here is the largest lizard in the world, weighing up to 166 kilos and being a full 3.13 meters in length, which means, for the short kings in my audience, if you're brave enough, bang a motor transport right there. Now, being the reptile equivalent of a Cadillac Escalade means that the Komodo dragon needs to consume a lot of calories to keep that bulk going. However, rather than using that bulk to proactively chase down and body slam its prey, they can take down prey 3 times their size because, as if being a reptilian tank was not enough, they are also venomous. And this isn't just your run-of-the-mill snake venom that, you know, gives you a nice quick 15-minute death. No. A Komodo hunt starts with it running up to its prey and giving it a nice big chomp on the leg.
Oh my god.
With hemorrhagic venom. After biting, the Komodo dragon off and just sits there watching. The confused and bewildered animal runs off into the forest, leaking blood, allowing that Komodo dragon to track it like a DoorDash order. A week goes by, and that bite wound isn't closing because hemorrhagic venom prevents blood clots. So, the animal is still slowly bleeding out, and the Komodo is still watching. More time passes. That bite wound gets infected.
That's fucked up.
Komodos are carrion feeders, meaning that the inside of their mouth is full of enough rotting flesh and bacteria to give Asmongold a run for his money. The infection begins to drain the animal's strength, and the Komodo is still watching.
Not the fucking scarlet rot from the goddamn Komodo dragon, bro. Holy Jesus Christ. That's so fucked.
Another week passes. The infection has spread, and the flesh has begun to rot. And you best believe that ass lizard is still there watching like he's waiting for his meal to heat up in the microwave. Once the bleeding, disease-ridden animal becomes too exhausted to move on its own and collapses, the Komodo strolls over and eats it alive, shredding it into chunks if it's larger, or if it's small enough, swallowing it whole as it screams on the way down. Even for me, man, that's fucked.
If it's watching it for 2 weeks, what does it do in that time? Does it just starve? Does the Komodo dragon just not eat for 2 weeks? Is it capable of surviving every 2 weeks on one meal, bro? Does it just like go, or does it like have several options as watching for 2 weeks, bro? Does it have like a fucking like roster every 2 weeks? Like what's going on here? It's patient.
This is the deadliest snake in the world. Introducing the inland taipan, and being the deadliest venom noodle in the world, I will give you exactly one guess as to where it's found. It's Australia, of course it's fucking Australia. Be so serious here. Where the else did you think you were going to find it? Canada? More specifically, as the name suggests, the taipan is found inland in the outback. Luckily, extremely far from civilization, because this homicidal hospital hose is the definition of size doesn't matter. Because despite having extremely small fangs for a venomous snake, coming in at only 6.2 millimeters, the taipan is here to show you that you absolutely fucking can feel less than an inch, because those fangs contain the statistically deadliest snake venom on the fucking planet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, taipan venom is a pina colada of pain, containing, but not limited to, hemotoxins to cause blood clots, myotoxins for paralysis and necrosis, nephrotoxins to shut down your kidneys, and 3 different kinds of neurotoxin. Needless to say, if it bites you, you will get a headache, vomit up the entire contents of your stomach, collapse to the ground in agonizing pain, and then your heart and lungs will stop, sending you to meet God in under 15 minutes.
Holy shit. That's not even enough time for an ambulance to get there, bro. You'd just be fucking dead. Like, that's actually just fucked. Like, Jesus Christ.
And that venom is so fucking potent that one bite contains enough toxin to do that to 100 people. But the funniest part of this snake's venom is that in the wild, they only hunt rats and fucking mice. The deadliest venom on the planet, and they are using it to pack up Remy the rat for cutting a rabbit with a fucking AWP.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Hey, yo, I'm happy though. Listen, that makes me feel good, because at least I will never be a victim. You know what I mean? Like, at least bro is not looking at me. All right, fuck the rats up all you want, dog. As long as I'm not a victim, I'm good.
Counter-terrorists win.
They speedrun your life, true.
This adorable little octopus is also the world's deadliest. Introducing the blue-ringed octopus, a species of cephalopod native to Australia, and in a shock to precisely 0 people at this point, it's venomous. Because of course it's fucking venomous.
I feel like 90% of these have been venomous at this point.
Way too fucking easy. Now, to its credit, unlike most of the toxic bullshit in this hellscape I call home, they at least have the common decency to be coloured like a fucking neon sign. However, it immediately loses this credit by being the octopus equivalent of a fucking hobbit, coming in smaller than a 50-cent coin. And this is a problem, because it is the most venomous octopus in the world. That's right, this fluoro spaghetti ball is packed to the brim with neurotoxin, more specifically, tetrodotoxin. You know, the same shit that turns cooking a puff fish into a quick time event. However, because it is Australian, the blue-ringed octopus is on violence timing and is the only animal in the world to use this shit as an offensive measure by way of a venomous bite. But what does the venom actually do? Well, imagine you're wading through the rock pools with the homies, and you accidentally disturb this little gentleman's residence. The blue ring, taking the American approach to home defense, suctions onto your leg and bites you. Best part, it's completely painless. So if you're distracted by how thick your mate's looking in those Speedos, you aren't gonna feel shit. That is, until your face starts tingling like TV static. It's warm out here under the sun, but you weren't sweating like this 5 minutes ago, and now you got a headache. You start to feel sick, weak. You go to call out, but your voice comes out slurred like you just knocked back a bottle of vodka.
2 shots of vodka.
And then suddenly, your legs come out from under you, and you hit the beach. Fun fact about tetrodotoxin. It's a paralytic. Freezes up your muscles one by one, starting with your arms and legs, which is why you're kissing the sand. You know what else is a muscle? Your diaphragm, the muscle that controls your breathing. And yeah, turns those bad boys off too. And so, your chest stops rising and falling, and you suffocate to death right there on the beach. Now, you may be wondering, how come no one called an ambulance? That's easy. they didn't have time to. You went up to meet your ancestors in under 20 minutes. God ordered your ass with same-day shipping, and this little fucker delivered. Employee of the month.
I am impressed. I am impressed right now, bro. Like, there are things on this planet that are like fucking trained to kill me faster than like a fucking assassin ever could. Like, I mean, the best assassins still have to plan things out. These animals can like fucking hit me with like, you know, one bite and I'm out in like fucking under 20 minutes. Like, an assassin has to fucking like, you know, plan out for like weeks to take me out. You put me in Australia for like a day and I'm cooked. I'm just cooked.
This shrimp can cause explosions.
My main goal is to blow up.
Introducing the mantis shrimp, native to the West Indo-Pacific Ocean and possibly the coolest crustacean under the sea, because this fluorescent armored sausage is actually a voracious, bloodthirsty predator rocking enough surveillance equipment to scare the CIA with a weapon powerful enough to surpass Metal Gear. See, the mantis shrimp is a highly effective predator, and they find and track their prey with easily the most advanced set of eyes on the fucking planet. First off, each of these eye stalks can rotate independently like a periscope, giving them a full 360 degrees of vision. However, more importantly, they can see colours we can't. You see, the mantis...
What does that even mean? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? See colors we can't. There are more colors out there?
Shrimp's eyes contain a full 15 photoreceptor cones compared to our 3. Which is a fancy way of saying they can see in 16K HDR with ray tracing enabled at 500 render distance.
Oh my piece.
Now, not only is the visual clarity unmatched, they can also see into the infrared and ultraviolet light spectrums.
How?
And despite all of this, they still can't find who asked. What they can, however, find is their next meal. The mantis shrimp subsists on a diet of fish, worms, squidward, and, most importantly, Mr. Crabs. Now, crabs famously exist inside of a defensive shell. So, how does this polite little gentleman break into the shell? Simple. He throws hands. That's right, weighing in at only 90 grams and 38 centimeters in length, the mantis shrimp has a punch that produces 15,000 newtons of force. That is 176 newtons per gram. So if a human was capable of that same kind of force, a right hook from someone who weighs 80 kilo would be like getting hit in the face with 6 sticks of dynamite.
Oh my god!
Now, to produce that force, its claw needs to be moving at 83 kilometers an hour, which is so fast it creates a vacuum in the water called a cavitation bubble, which then immediately collapses at such a speed it creates a miniature explosion that flashbangs the target and reaches a temperature hotter than the surface of the sun. Mr. Krabs is getting f***ing disintegrated.
Money, money, money.
Bro literally is carrying bombs in the fucking water. What the absolute fuck is happening on our fucking planet, bro? You see, this is why I'm afraid of the fucking ocean, bro. The ocean has the deadliest fucking things here, bro. Like, this is what I'm never getting into the ocean. I just can't. I literally cannot, bro. Like, I can't. I am staying on land for the rest of my life. I can't do it. I cannot do it. Like, no, there's no way. I'm so happy these animals aren't bigger. Bro, I'm so happy these animals are nowhere near me. Because you're telling me that this animal carries fucking bombs? That's crazy. What do you mean, nah, I'd win? You just heard that he has fucking nuclear missiles attached to his fucking hands.
Most snails aren't scary, except for this one. This one's Australian. Introducing the cone snail, an aquatic mollusk native to the land down under. And as seems to be the requirement when sharing your postcode with a kangaroo, You guessed it. It can quite easily cause your next snap to be in a coffin. And the way it can achieve it is this bad boy right here. You see, despite most snails having a reputation for being slow goobers that get folded by a salt shaker, the cone snail is a highly effective ambush predator. And you may be wondering, how the fuck does a creature that moves slower than the GTA 6 development cycle hunt anything? Well, that's simple.
Hey, leave him alone. GTA 6 is almost out, all right? Like, I think it's coming out this year for sure. I think. Like they showed it to like that one kid, right? And then they like blew him up, right, with the boiler.
It has a grappling hook. That's right. Gary's murderous little cousin here is a roadhog, mate.
Hi there.
And he hunts by slowly but surely stalking up on his prey until he's just within range, and then bang! The cone snail does a quarter circle input, spitting out a toothed harpoon at 90 kilometers a hour. This harpoon then nails its prey, allowing them to reel it in like he's playing Scorpion. And in case that wasn't bad enough, as seems to be a requirement for spawning on Australian servers, it's venomous.
Of course.
That harpoon also injects its prey with a highly potent neurotoxin that instantly paralyzes it. This means it cannot put up a fight, as it is sucked into the snail's ginormous maw like a nightmarish version of Kirby. And, just in case you thought for once you might be safe, cone snail venom is potent enough to kill 700 people with one sting. Oh yeah, and there's no anti-venom, because it's not enough that it can kill me. No, I have to die knowing there is zero counterplay.
One sting can kill 700 humans? And we don't have anti-venom. And we haven't made these things extinct. Are you kidding me? Why have we not made them extinct? Why have we not killed all of them? We should kill all of them. I'm sure you agree, right? We should find all of them and kill them immediately, right?
Who balanced this shit? If you see this thing T-pose, run. Introducing the anteater, a goofy little creature native to Brazil, and to understand why the absolute stance on this bad boy is a threat to your health, you're gonna have to understand a little about his lifestyle first. Now listen, I know this may come as a shock to you, but the anteater eats ants. And weighing in at 40 kilos and 1.8 meters in length, he needs to consume upwards of 40,000 ants per day. Now, in order to help him hit his bulking goals, the anteater has a mystery mouse tool stored inside that XL sniffer. A 60 centimeter long tongue, designed to snake its way down an ant colony's tunnel network, smash into their living room, and abduct the entire cast of Bug's life and convert them into a high-calorie meal. However, what that tongue do only goes so far, as an ant colony can extend up to 4 meters underground, and termites live in high-rises, which means our boy here is going to have to do a little excavation to get to the goods. But last I checked, an anteater can't go down to Bunnings and buy a shovel. So how does he dig? Oh, that's simple, with the combat knives he has for claws. Yeah, anteaters are permanently cosplaying Freddy Krueger with a set of 4-inch claws, which, proving the effectiveness of a few inches, can crack through f***ing concrete.
What?
Now, these work great for digging, but they are also more than capable of flatlining you. When threatened, the anteater will rear up into a defensive T-pose. This is your sign, if you are smart, to turn around and fuck all the way off. If, however, you were, say, some dumbass trophy hunter who really felt the need to try and stab an animal for no reason other than ego, the anteater will swipe at you with those claws, which are at the perfect height to nail your inner thigh, slip through your flesh like butter, and sever your femoral artery, causing you to bleed out in 2 minutes while the anteater watches you go meet your ancestors. Can you imagine having to explain to your ancestors who felled woolly mammoths you got your shit packed up by the most unserious creature on the planet hitting a T-pose.
It's kind of funny though. It's kind of like, imagine though, you're in heaven, dude. It's a funny heaven bar story. I'm assuming you went to heaven. If you're in hell though, I mean, it's still a funny hell bar story too though.
Australia's scariest spider is hiding a deep secret. But what is it? Well, introducing the huntsman, native to the land down under, and the #1 cause of tourists absolutely shitting themselves on camera. And look, in defense of said tourists, I will be the first to admit, yeah, this looks scarier than a f***ing job application. Those gangly ass legs and the hair make him look like Slender Man's testicle. Now, as if having a negative charisma stat wasn't bad enough, I regret to inform you that the huntsman spider grows up to 30 fucking centimeters in size.
Why is it so fucking big? Jesus Christ. Of course, if I saw that thing, I'd fucking be terrified, bro. Like, imagine you're fucking on like a trip to Australia and you see a fucking foot-long goddamn spider. Like, that's not normal. That's not natural, bro. Like, in America or in most places on the planet, we see spiders. Our spiders are maybe 2 inches, maybe 4 if we're lucky. Hell, sometimes, worst cases, maybe 6. A foot-long spider is fucking unheard of. That's not normal. That's a fucking defiant act of God. Kill it.
Making it the largest spider on the planet by leg span and legally allowing Subway to market him as a foot long. Now, being the spider equivalent of a Ford F-150, you'd think he'd have the common decency to be slow, you know, tank build. Unfortunately, the huntsman is fucking turbocharged. Now, it's usually at this point in the video that I would inform you that he is also highly venomous, because it's Australia. However, that's his big secret. The huntsman is a big sweetheart. You see, despite looking like an SCP, huntsmen are incredibly timid, and on the rare occasion they do bite, their venom is harmless. In fact, seeing one of these bad boys in your house is a blessing in disguise, because if you see a huntsman in your home, I guarantee you won't see any annoying ass flies or mosquitoes, because he's eaten them. You see, he understands he's big enough that he should be paying rent, and so he contributes to the household in pest control. I personally have had one of these bad boys as an 8-legged roommate, and I can tell you, they're pretty good company. Ooh. Except for the part where they cause car crashes. Yeah, what? You see, huntsmen like to hide in tight spaces and cracks, and they do it by flattening out their body to fit into the gap. Now, in the house, that usually means you'll just find them behind a painting, but when you're flying down the highway at 110k an hour and decide to flip down the sun visor because God is trying to flashbang you, yeah, they like to sleep in there and you've just dropped one into your lap. Now, whatever you do, don't panic or you're going to crash the...
Oh, no! Dude, that is fucking insane, bro. Can you... The fact that spiders in Australia cause car crashes is a weird sentence for me to say, but also it's a sentence that makes sense, right? Like, it's something that is, like, unnatural and something that doesn't make sense in America, but when I think in the grand scheme of Australia, it actually makes sense. Right? So anyway, thank you guys for watching this weird, wacky video with me. If you guys want me to react to more Parz, if that even makes sense, please comment down below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. Thank you for watching me here on the live channel. If you like the drip, by the way, yo, check out GamerSupps, you know, the sponsor of the channel. You can get you some swag like this, although this one is sold out though. But you can get swag on the GamerSupps website using my code. That is code TALL. And if you guys use my code, you know, one day I can have a flavor and a shaker cup. So please use code TALL on the GamerSupps website. Link in the description down below. You can look as good as me. Peace.